guys, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm serious. Um, Someone once told me that when you ask someone how they are doing, you need to pay attention and look at them and listen to their spirit. Yes, because more often than not, we ask people questions, but we don't pay attention to the response. So you miss out what's really happening. And that's why we have all these issues in our society today. That's why you hear somebody has done something and you're thinking, how could they? Kwa nini ilitokea namna gani? But it's because you're not listening to their spirit, you're not really listening to them, you're not paying attention to what they're not saying, and you're not concerned about them. Um, don't try to save the world right now. It's something that I've really learned hard. It's a hard lesson for me. But try to save or help and pay attention to the people around you. Okay, so I'm doing well. I thank God for preserving my life, preserving the lives of the people around me, the people I care about. I really thank God for that. And I keep you in prayer. I pray for everyone. I pray for my friends, the people I know, the people I love, the people I care about, and the people who I don't like. Okay, so I wanted to say this is the time that you really need to action your faith, because it's easy to say, God is my healer. It's a general term, right? It could be. You may or may not mean it. You may have a revelation or you may not have a revelation of what that really is, that God is your healer. And you may lack peace during this time because you're hearing too many things. Pay attention to whose voice you're really listening to. Whose voice are you really, really listening to? There's so many voices. You need to be careful whose voice you're listening to, and let your heart be very aware that the enemy is on the loose. He is at work, high at work, and he has not come to joke with us. He means business, and so we must try and resist him. How do you resist the enemy? You resist the enemy by going against what he says about you. If he has brought fear, it's because he wants to destroy your confidence in God and what you know. He wants to make you lose the faith that you have. And so just try. Tujaribu kuwa na zaidi ya imani. Tuseme tuwe watu wa kuwa tunafanya matendo zaidi kuliko kuzungumza tu, because right now utasikia pastor pia alikuwa mgonjwa, pastor akaaga dunia na hii kitu nitaita kegunyo. Watu wa maana pia wameaga dunia kwa ajili ya hii kitu. Kwa hiyo imani yako inaenda ikififia, and that is the intention of the enemy. Don't forget, the enemy comes to steal, kill and destroy, but God wants to change all that for you. God wants you to have peace. God wants you to know him. God wants you to trust him. Okay? Sawa. So now I want us to really, really think and ask the right questions. I feel like there's been just too much misinformation around us. So watu wamechanganyikiwa, ugonjwa umekuja, lakini kuna maswali tu mengi ambayo watu wako nayo kwenye mioyo yao, and it's not helping that you're also watching too much TV, because don't forget, most of these things are paid up campaign ads, and they will say what they want to say. So it's really up to you to guard your mind and to guard your heart. Guard your mind, especially because this is where the battle is. If you're going to make it through this time, if you're going to come strong this time, please remember it's because you're doing the thing. You're doing the thing. If you don't do the thing, then it's of no use that you know so much. It's of no use that you spent years in church, or you have, people praying for you. By the end of the day, if you really think about something and you believe it, kama utaamini sana na magnify ile mountain ama hii shida ambayo tuko nayo, believe you me, it will take you down. It will take you down. It doesn't matter who you are, because the enemy has come to destroy. He's not joking with us. Okay, so I'm just really tired of the lies. I'm really just tired of the lies, and I want us to ask some questions. Let me just start with something that I've known for a while. During an interview in the 60-Minute Show in March 2020, allow me to read. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the director of National Institute of Health in America, he said, there's no reason for people to be walking around wearing a mask. When you are in an outbreak, the mask may make people feel better, but might even stop a droplet, but it is not providing the perfect protection people think it is, and often there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling and touching their faces. Meskia? Haya. This is the same guy who in 2017 predicted that during Trump's administration or Trump's ruling, wakati tu Trump alikuwa ndio anataka baada ya uchaguzi sema Marekani, wakati tu anataka kuapishwa, this guy who has been in the director of National Institute of Health in America for over 50 years, Anthony Fauci, you need to know his name, please, and go check him out. He said that he predicted, that was in 2017, man. He predicted that there'll be a surprise pandemic in the area of infectious diseases. Can you imagine? He said that. And again, another piece of information that is very important. I have a lot, but let me just say what is important for you. He said, no, in 2018, the Johns Hopkins Foundation did a simulation in America and said that there will be a virus, coronavirus, that will kill about 5 million Americans and 65 million people in the world. Why is this information crucial? It is crucial because what was planned is not what has happened. And unaweza kuona, kama wewe ni mtu wa kuchukua time na kumeditate and ask some questions, a lot of things don't make sense. Probably because they didn't get the prediction right, or they didn't get what they wanted in terms of numbers and deaths. That's why we are seeing things like the lockdown being extended. Bado tuko nyumbani, tunaambiwa leo fanyeni hivi, kesho fanyeni hivi, but you can tell there's something that's not right, and we need to ask what is really going on. Okay, let me say this about the masks, because it's something I have not enjoyed. I feel like it's something that is meant to muzzle you. Yani ni kitu ambacho psychologically, two things. Imekuja kukuzuia kusema ama kuongea, you know? So tumepokonywa ability yetu, natural ability ya kuongea. Sisi tumeumbwa na Mungu watu wa kuongea. He created us for worship. God created us for himself, for us to commune and be with other people. So when hiyo element ya kufungwa, ya kuambiwa funga mdomo, usizungumze na mwenzako, usikae na mwenzako, haina umungu ndani yake. Sioni kama ina umungu ndani yake. The other thing is, I feel like when you wear the mask, it's psychological. In a way, it tells you you're protected. So there are two things here, and you choose your side. You choose what to believe. You choose which side you want to be. Kwangu mimi, vile ninavyoichukulia, na sitokuambia vaa ama usivae, lakini vile ninavyoiona mimi. Number one, just from the information I've told you, just from the quote by Dr. Anthony Fauci. Initially, this was in March 2020. Initially, walikuwa wamesema mask haikusaidii. In fact, this guy, Dr. Jerome Adams, let me read this, the US Surgeon General, he's like the equivalent of our CS Kagwe. He said, a surgical mask does not protect you from a respiratory virus. It's got leaks all around it. Even the N95 has to be fit tested with a tight seal. Imagine. And now for the average citizen, Dr. Jerome says, that mask will not protect you. Imagine, as a matter of fact, you're going to increase the chances of being contaminated with the virus because they tend to move around and it's